like the world spins. What went up came down, Earth's gravity gonna suck you in. Boy, shit, that's law. Like the really supposed to flow. Like the light make the darkness shadow. Equal law, nigga, you got the equidential law. Stick strictly to the business and defend the flaw. Now that's inshallah. 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 That's inshallah. Mujahid.
Peace, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I've been moved to jump on here, man, and share the information with y'all because it's the obligation of everyone who possesses a certain level of knowledge to give it to, you know, those who are in need of that message. So, you know, lately I've been experiencing like a certain level of upgrades in the spiritual gifts that I possess, and noticing that the vibration is raising all across the world and more people are becoming awakened and accessible to knowledge and energy that seemed to be blocked before. And those who have the ears to hear and the eyes to see the things of the spirit and have been initiated in certain circles of knowledge based upon completed cycles, then, you know, certain doors have been opened up to them in reward for their deeds, and the good energy is returning with the rewards from the universe. So, you know, there's no benefit in the knowledge if we don't use it, apply it, and teach it. You know what I'm saying? We can hold all the knowledge in the world and just be a bookshelf, because that's where a lot of knowledge at, but the bookshelf don't use it. They just hold it. So, anyway, to make a long story short, I feel the energy of rebirth, regeneration, the time of butterfly after the cocoon, a dark place of cocooning that collectively mankind has been stuck in to complete the process, you know. And it's certain things that bind us to these curses and spells, and we don't even understand the source of the sorcery that is being used on us. And we remain chained and victims and slaves to these binding spirits because we don't even identify our captors and our oppressors. This is the norm, and we don't know in any other way. But the simple non-acknowledgement of what you know to be naturally fitting puts you in a vulnerable position to be influenced by chaotic things. And when things don't go right, you wonder why, because it's out of order, because you're not moving in your natural self. So I want to tell all of y'all to be, you know, beware of dogs. Beware of the dogs. You know, this is a new era of enlightenment and awakening. And to be enlightened, you must do away with what? The ignorance of the dog, the ignorance of not knowing, the blindness. You know, your eyes have to be opened in order to see, spiritual eyes. Because a lot of us have eyes, but we can't see. And the thing that holds us down is our categorization of the symbolisms, misappropriation of the knowledge and characteristics that distinguish things. And we put positive symbolism on negative symbols, and vice versa, negative symbols on positive things. That's the trick of the enemy. They switch it up. So a part of the reestablishment of the nation of light, of peace, the kingdom of God, whatever you want to call earth in harmony with heaven, we have to reestablish our understanding of the symbolisms of life and nature and things, and put it in a proper perspective that will cause us to, you know, be more at ease with moving with our natural self instead of being trained and domesticated to the point of where we accept the unnatural as if the natural. So the symbolisms that, like, for instance, and the reason I came to this is because, like, I was laying there in a state of, in between, awake and sleep, but my heart was woke, but I wasn't moving. But I was being, ministered to and taught on how I was listening, and I was being educated concerning things. And when I acknowledged something and I prayed, I was praying, and I felt the energy that I was asking to be blocked from, and I was being very specific and detailed in my invocation, my supplication to the Most High to, target certain things that I want removed or protection from. And I got 2 dogs in the backyard, 2 pit puppies. And it was like the spirit or entity or the nature of one of my dogs felt the release of something leaving me, and it wailed. It howled and started whining, seeking my attention. And then I was presented with a choice, because normally, I feel like that's a duty and my responsibility to go check on my dogs when they got something going on that, I'm used to doing. It's something that I applied to myself as an obligation. But I was so high in frequency of what I was receiving that sense of obligation to my dogs in the backyard would have taken me away from God. If I would have answered the call of the dog, I wouldn't have been able to receive the rest of that download. And I answered the call of the dog. And when I thought about that, because I said, I didn't really think about it, I just said, nah, I ain't chilling with the dogs today, because normally I hang out in the backyard, my garden and stuff with my dogs. But the dogs is a distraction, like they present certain, uncleanly, things that I, just my involvement with them is going to make me impure in certain manners. So I would have to, cleanse myself, take a bath, or change clothes and stuff like that to remove myself of the filth of that interaction between me and that dog. So it basically takes away from the purity of your personal being, even spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you look at it. So I said, nah, I ain't kicking it with the dog today. I'm kicking it with God. And then I didn't understand the in-depthness of that, because I walked right away from it. I walked back there first. Then something just told me, like, I turned around and the dog was wailing. I turned back away and said, nah, y'all don't have to deal with, whatever your issue is right now. Because I got something else that I choose to do other than entertaining that, because I have programmed myself to believe that is my obligation to tend to my dogs. And then God just hit me. Whoa, don't answer the call of the dogs. And that was one of the symbolisms that we've been misguided to believe is a good thing. That's why we call each other our dogs. That's my dog. What up, my dog? There, dog. What up, dog? What up, homie? That's my dog. That's my dog. It becomes a norm. So dog has been, categorized amongst good things or something that is honorable to be. But yet then we call women bitches. Oh, that's my bitch. Bitch. And how women kick it. Call each other bitches in amusement, like, yeah. But what is a bitch? A female dog, right? But how do we categorize the symbols that we give these positive meanings to or titles to? Because if I call piss rain and you believe that it's rain, does that make it rain? No, it don't. You can say, oh, that's pure, but it's the waste. But you accepting it as something that is cleansing. So you bathe in piss because the norm is to accept that as a form of purity or something honorable. So beware the dog, because a dog is not a man's best friend. Why have they put that slogan, propagation out there for the people to grab hold to? Yeah? You know, dog's a man's best friend. Why? Ask yourself, why is a dog a man's best friend? What factual evidence makes the dog the best choice for a man as a friend? They say because a dog is loyal, blindly loyal, which is true. A good friend is loyal. Yeah. Gonna be down with you. A dog is kept on a leash. It's controlled. A dog's natural habitat ain't a doghouse or chained to your tree. So it's really a servant or a slave. It's not a best friend. You don't chain your friend to a tree. Your dog, you don't chain to a tree, but we do spiritually, energetically. Why? Because in order for you to be my dog, my friend, then you're expected a certain mode of behavior. You're not free to, act in your own nature. If you my dog, you gonna stay in the yard. You gonna have the free will to choose. So really, a dog ain't a man's best friend, it's a man's best slave, because it's blindly loyal and it accepts the filth of his master. It accepts the filth of the man. Actually enjoys it. It'll eat it if you drop it. You give the dog some shit that he'll accept it. The dog turns to his own vomit and licks it up. A dog chases his tail in a circle. Unwinnable thing that it does constantly. That's a part of his nature. It's backwards. It has no recollection of the futility of what it's doing, or the folly of it chasing its tail in one circle, trying to bite something that's attached to his ass. That's your best friend. So that's why when somebody say, boy, that's my dog, then beware the dog, because the dog accepts the filth of his friend. In the society that we got right now, you could be one way with your wife at home with your instruction, then when your best friend, when your dog come over, he's on his best behavior and displays all the proper etiquettes of a mannerable friend. So your wife don't feel, don't understand what it means to be your dog, because your dog gonna accept your filth. So you gonna do your dirt, cheating on your wife, committing all kind of crimes, and he ain't gonna tell you. He gonna conceal your filth. He's loyal to you even to the detriment of your own self, if that's possible. But that's your dog. That's why. That's why. That's why. Beware of the dog. Don't answer the call of the dog or your dog, because they're asking you to return to their filth. Dog bark, whine when they want you there, but if you go on this dog don't wallow around in his own feces. But when it come to you, first thing it do is what? Jump on you, put his hands on you, boom. Now your clothes is tainted with filth. And you carry the smell of this animal, this dog. So the very involvement with that person, that dog, is putting filth on you. And when you trying to be clean, today, but you holler at your dog, bark at you, or whine because he see you ain't coming, like, damn, nigga, you ain't gonna, hey, holler at your dog, boy. You can go over there, you trying to do the right thing, but you go holler at your dog, and he cast his filth on you, boy. Hey, boy, I got these hoes pulling up. Or, hey, boy, I got this lick. Or, hey, boy, here, smoke this. Hey, boy, you want to hit this liquor? Hey, boy, hit this bag, hit this sack. He wants you to come to his filth. That's your dog. He won't, he wants you to stay over here, man. Let's chase our tail. Let's lick up our own vomit. Let's get drunk together till we crying to God, tell him we ain't gonna do it no more. Just to wake up the next day and turn right back to the bottle. As if it didn't just have us begging for mercy. We turn into our vomit. This is the nature of the friends that we accept. So when we attach ourselves to these symbolisms, we're attaching ourselves to the true reality of the nature of that thing without even really acknowledging it. It's just your acceptance of it, even in your vocabulary and your acknowledgement of title and position that it creeps into your heart in a sublime way. Because you're not being aware of the dog, the nature. You're not studying the nature of the dog. So I don't want to be your dog. I ain't your dog. Nah. I used to be the main one out of the dog, but now I say, wait a minute. The nature of a dog, not looking at dogs, that's just a foul thing to be, a foolish thing. The nature of them, they can't even help it. They can't even help it. Beware the dog. Because that is the true position of Adam. Adam was taught the nature of things, the meaning of symbology, all the way down to the animal. The trees have a spiritual meaning. The birds have characteristics that it is the physical manifestation of. Everything that you see in the physical has a spiritual representation. So be careful what you accept into your intimacy as, okay. Because you could be accepting your demise or that which takes you away from purity and ultimately of God. So beware of the dogs, because the dog is not your bad friend. I don't care how much it fetch for you. I don't care who it'll bite for you. It'll bite you. Fuck around. It's depending on what it's sparred. Just like the idiots who I see at these zoos and circuses and shit sticking their head in alligators' mouth. Like the nature of that beast don't exist in it, no matter how much you think you done domesticated that animal. How much you done gained a relationship with that animal. All it takes is for you to trigger a natural instinct that's uncontrollable, because it is an innate trigger in this animal that you hit, that it can't even resist the reaction itself. That's just like somebody that been in the condition so long that it become a natural reaction to swing first and analyze later. So when you think you creeping up on the wrong one, who's suffering from PTSD or something, done been to war, you don't even know that, man. You run up behind playing and turn around and get that pop, pop, pop. And now you leaking and you like, oh shit, no man, I thought I knew that. No, you don't know the trigger. I didn't mean that, but hey, shit, that's what you got. Like, the doctor hit you on that kneecap and make your leg go up, you gonna get up. If you constantly try to resist it, you got nerves that when they're touched, you're going to react. So yeah, stick your head in that lion mouth and around a frequency or a sound was made that triggers them in that lion and close their jaws on your head and forgot who the fuck you were. Why? Because you forgot the nature of the beast that you were dealing with. Beware the dog. Dog are not man's best friend.